Hello and happy Friday. This is Bullet, aka the Passive Aggressive Sherpa. Today we're taking a look at Xur's inventory and what's new in the world of Destiny. First up, Bungie's This Week at Bungie blog post went live yesterday. As usual, the link will be below in the description so you can check it out should you choose. I'll be talking briefly at the end of this video as to why you need to read it and showing off the new Season of Opulence video from Bungie. Okay, back to Xur. Xur is at the tower in the hangar. If you don't know how to find him, just follow my path and I'll take you there. Alright, at the top you'll see the faded Engram. If you don't know, you can use 97 legendary shards to buy one. This Engram features Forsaken exotics now, so keep an eye out. Now, if you haven't noticed, you should now, we only get armor pieces. There's no weapon. I don't know what's going on. There's been dead silence about it, or it was in another subsection of something in the TWAB I didn't see, but there's no weapon. So instead we get one incredibly shitty armor piece and two armor pieces that are mostly but let's take a look anyways. First up, Wings of Sacred Dawn. This mostly meh. Its primary perk is Tomb of Dawn. When Dawn Blade is equipped, aiming weapons while you're in midair suspends you there for a short time, making sure everyone in the Crucible can shoot the shit out of you. Weapon hits extend the effect's duration. And then we have, as usual, the baby blue perks. These perks are, well, depending on if you use these weapons, this is amazing, but for me, it's a no. Moving on, for the Titan, we have the Aeon Safe Gauntlets, and its primary perk, Aeon Energy. Summoning a barricade grants the following to nearby Aeon Cult allies: Grenade Energy to Warlocks, Barricade Energy to Titans, and Dodge Energy to Hunters. Other allies receive a fraction of the shared energy. This again would be pretty much a shitty offering from Xur this week. I'd slap him, but I don't want any of those noodles on his face to stick to my hand. The perks, decent perks, but it's not worth using this exotic for. And finally, we have the Frosties, which are okay, sort of. Their primary perk, Rapid Cooldown, increased grenade, melee, and dodge regeneration while sprinting. Dodging increases your sprint speed. The perks on this aren't too bad. So if you don't have these, sadly for me, these would be the pick of the week. But to be honest, the best pick of the week is the weapon that's not even there. That's how uninspiring these exotics are. But if you had to go with one, I would choose the Frosties. Then we have the Five of Swords. This enables modifiers in Nightfall Strikes. More challenging modifiers apply larger score multipliers. And then we're just looking at, some of the various modifier things, and it's really unappointment. Sometimes I like to make up words when I'm in a rush. So, moving on. There's the Invitation of the Nine stuff. I haven't done it on my Titan yet, so these are old. If you've completed it, the last one was last week or the week before. Okay, again, moving on to my non-sort of rant about the TWAB and some news that's coming up in Destiny. Now on to the TWAB and other news. This was my response on Twitter after reading the TWAB. Not going to rant, not going to complain as usual. Trying to explain all the bad ideas in this week's TWAB to a room full of people that don't want to hear it is futile. I wish all rune grinding, horde mode, fusion, and sword lovers all the best. Enjoy the euphoria while it lasts. And as this holds true today, a little, well, okay, not really even a little, I'm gonna rant, but just a bit. I'm not detailing what's in the TWAB. This is just my reaction to some of it. As you can see in the background, there's a lot to learn, and I highly recommend that you give it a look. Please don't ever let my old, depressed, give no fuck self be the deciding factor in how you feel about something. Check it out for yourself. Decide for yourself. It's okay to love this game and hate it at the same time. I sure do. So here's how I feel about it. I think if you like horde modes and raids and grinding for every fucking thing, you're probably going to like the next season. And I think if you're like me and fell in love with Destiny because of the story missions, strikes, and love for Nightfalls, this will be another season that is so opposite of the game that we fell in love with. It's going to be another long, dry season of grinding again, mostly for mediocre weapons and new exotics that will also either underperform or will be so good that they'll have to be eventually nerfed. This week, Bungie went out of its way to try to point out a few things getting buffed, and I think that's okay. They needed to do that. But even some of the buffs are getting nerfs. I mean, I don't understand that. They try to justify it, but it doesn't make sense. Talking about the Black Talon, for example, they buff one aspect of it while nerfing another. Sure, you can make the argument that increasing the cost of ammo to perform an action isn't technically a nerf, but it's a nerf in fucking spirit. And there's going to be a new currency added to the game, because that's what Destiny 2 needs, another currency to go along with planetary materials, shards, tokens, glimmer, silver, bright dust enhancement cores, and all those synths filling up my inventory that I keep getting from doing shit the Drifter wants, giving me upgrades for armor, for horde modes I don't want to play. So yeah, adding ruins to the game is another mess needed to absolutely make this game more grinding and unfulfilling. But there is some good news. At least I hope it's good news. Next Thursday, June 6th, we get, I believe, the first look at Year 3 at 10 a.m. Some are hinting we may be going back to the moon. I am, of course, very excited to hear what they have to say. I know I shouldn't be excited because Bungie seems unmovable in their new trickle-down content theory. That is so bad it's killing the game, and far too many content creators don't see it. And pretty much every big Destiny YouTuber seems to be saying nothing but good about it. So maybe I'm wrong. But maybe that's why so many of the YouTubers are still making content for other games. There was a time when Destiny was so good, these YouTubers didn't need to make other content for their games. But okay, like I said, I could be wrong. And one last thing. I made a mistake last week on my Xur video about certain aspects of things getting nerfed. The drop rate for Prime Engrams is only being limited to 2 per account for the first 24 hours, and that may be only for those actively trying to complete in the raid by initiating that raid quest. I don't know. You need a degree in math to figure it all out. I swear to God, I can read the same damn thing in the TWAB and come away with a take on something and think I understand it. Then someone else will come along and explain that I'm wrong. I go back and reread it, and it turns out, though everything I said was true, I apparently missed the previous subsection paragraph 4, line 3 of the subsequent rules and regulations stating the limitations to said article specified nerfs. So I was wrong about the Prime Engrams getting nerfed all season long. It's apparently just for the first 24 hours of the raid. Oh, and one last thing. Something cool happened. I haven't played much these past couple of weeks. I try and I get bored. I've logged in, sat in orbit, looked at the destinations, and couldn't see a single thing I wanted to do by myself. So I logged back out and watched TV instead almost every time. That being said, I did get to play with some very cool people this week. I got to play with the hilariously talented and funny Man-at-Arms. If you haven't checked out his channel, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you need to go make up for it. He's got new videos on the way, and the old ones are just hilarious. You have got to go watch his stuff, so make sure to check them out. I also played for a bit with Mr. Boot Cannon that same day, and another person whose gamertag I'm sorry I can't recall at the moment, but she was also really fun to play with. And considering that I'm so riddled with anxiety when it comes to dealing with new people in my life, it's not often that I get to say that I had a good time playing with others. But I did, and I hope to play with them all again soon. And with that being said, that's about it for Xur this week. And remember, if you liked this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Maybe even hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload a video. These things are very much appreciated, and if we could get 1,187 likes on this video, I'd shit a brick. But most of all, thanks for watching. But seriously, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.